just see how that man can go in the last quarter. Gary Ablett, he's had a really tough night, had to work his way into 17 disposals, but you'd be pretty sure that he'll run this game right out, as I'm sure Bluey McKenna will want the Suns to do. And likewise in the other box, Kevin Sheedy would like just one more response from the Giants, just to narrow this gap.
Well, they dominated centre clearances in that third quarter, the Suns, and that's what they'll try and do to kickstart their quarter, but not to be.
Miles, so the opponent of Gary Ablett, gets the first kick forward. Thomas Bugg there. He's a great competitor. Warnock did well. He's going to get it back, Warnock. Suns under pressure. Taylor gets it out. Now this is Bennell. Kick wasn't great. Slides its way out toward the boundary where Ablett is, but he can't keep it in. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Looks like the Giants are going to start with just a four-man forward line and push the extras up around the wing.
Here's Scully. Goes with the opposite boot. It's a high up and under. Sitting under it. Allen couldn't take the mark. Hoskin Elliott been dangerous so far this afternoon and evening. His kick forward. Leading in the race there was Stanley. Got a shove in the back and wins himself a free kick.
Yeah, just clumsy from Jeremy Cameron on that occasion. And Stanley's done quite a good job down there, playing on the bigger, more athletic player in Cameron.
Kick from Hall, just sat up in the air for a while, doing nicely, Treloar, and then had composure to find Power. Power plays on. Cameron all alone, 35 metres from goal.
Well, Power's made a real impact since coming on the ground towards the end of that third term. He's had 7 disposals. He's operating at 100% at the moment. So the old boy in game 299 has come on with a real little bit of pace about him.
Jeremy Cameron with the 8 disposals in the game so far. He's got the 1 goal. He's got a long left boot. Is it straight? Toward goal it is. There's number 2 for Jeremy Cameron, and the Giants get the first of this last term.
Well, they've done pretty well in this opening part of the last quarter, and this bloke rarely misses. He's a brilliant shot at goal, and as well set up. Tom Scully involved as well, and for his success, he gets taken off the ground. That's a mark that just has to be taken, and we see so many of these with these younger players where their bodies and their minds just aren't quite strong enough, and that turnaround allows the GWS to get the first blood.
The all-important first goal, and Suns fans now will be hoping lightning doesn't strike twice. In round 7 when they lost to the Giants, they conceded 5 last quarter goals and were kept goalless. So they'll have to change that. Caddy.
He'll be kicking it into 8 GWS defenders, and they're going to try and springboard the ball from that defence.
Here they go, Hampton. Handball partially smothered through the legs of Clifton, who tried to follow up. Horsley set upon there by Buntine. Umpire letting play go. It has to come in and bounce.
So the message has got to go out quickly. If you get a quick kick out of the centre, don't just bang it straight down the middle, even go wide. They need to get out of jail kick in many ways, the Gold Coast.
You heard the umpire there, no holding. Dixon on hands and knees, picks himself up with strength. But it's all tied up again.
Forward 50 for the Giants, hasn't got a player in it.
Nice tap.
Power, we spoke about his impact. Gets it to Edwards. Wanted to go on his right, then went one way, then another.
He's got a nice turn of speed, Edwards.
He has. It's just a nice bit of work. Just couldn't drag the ball around to the top of the goal square. And not surprisingly, Hoskin Elliott was the one running towards the top of the goal square, just loitering for another one.
Had the arms outstretched as well, Jared. Probably thought the ball should have been chipped to the top of the square.
Yeah. They're just 1 goal away here, the GWS, of giving some really nervous moments to the home team.
David Swallow, half-back flank, gets it back off Horsley.
Lots of possession, going nowhere.
This is Tom Lynch.
A good defensive pressure from the Giants again.
Fortunately, the ball ends up here with Trent McKenzie, but he looks up. He's struggling to find a teammate to kick the ball to.
Well, there was one lead, it was from Dixon, but everyone else was stationary.
End up going towards Caddy. Hampton put a good contest in and then put his head over the ball and wins a free kick for too high from Taylor.
They've always given an honest effort, the GWS. I think that's what everybody has admired about them throughout this season. They've got tired like everybody, but that honest effort is on display right now. And if the Suns don't match it, they may get a rude shock.
Buntine decides to switch play. Goes backwards in doing so. Gold's kick was just perfect. Found Homsch.
The centre's open.
Homsch decides to kick it in that direction. Long. Hoskin Elliott dangerous. Back there was Taylor. Here's Allen. He's under pressure, wrapped up by two opponents. Not going anywhere.
We're just putting them under pressure at the moment. Dominating possession. Just using the ball with a bit of patience across half back. Had a couple of opportunities to go into the centre square and use the spare player in the corridor, but elected to just bomb it long.
If the Giants can get the next one, that will really apply the squeeze to the Suns. Horsley from the stoppage, kicked for touch, and I think he's going to find it. He does, the boundary line. Umpire says it's okay. You always have to look twice for that one.
So Aaron Hall just having a spell. Charlie Dixon comes from the ground to have a rest as well.
Interesting, the comparison of the way they're moving the ball. 13 kicks to 3 handballs to GWS, 7 and 11 handballs to the Gold Coast.
Horsley kicked to the advantage of Brown and could have been taken out by called play on Corns. Will go short, risky kick. Clifton didn't hold it. Brennan in there for the Suns. Got through a tight passage. Looks up ahead. Kick wants Caddy.
Nice grab.
Really strong from the side, the young man. And he marks.
Really strong mark. Good work from Jared Brennan to straighten up and honour the lead, but a genuine contested mark.
It looks like he might have bobbed up with a pretty sore left hip when he hit the deck here.
Caddy with 1 goal to his name. No more important kick tonight than this one. Will need a fairly good effort. It was left off the boot. Tries to work back into the post.
Had the distance very easily. He's a prodigious talent.
Kennedy brings the football back in, decides to head directly down the middle. Giles, this is a set play. Great tap over the top. Running forward was Hoskin Elliott. He wanted the tap on from Daly. That won't be advantage, and the ball will have to come back to Sam Daly.
Well, we might be able to get a replay of that tap across the back. It was a brilliant play. Let's have a look at the free kick. And you can see why Harbrow did grab him, because it looked to me as if he had possession of the ball. And then he just let it bobble out.
Yeah, it was worth risking giving away the free kick. Hoskin Elliott had the quick wheels on. He was heading towards the forward 50 again. So one quick disposal, he was out.
Daly to Hampton, so Hampton pumps the football inside 50. Hoskin Elliott got hands to it. McKenzie under pressure to Warnock. Here's Bennell. Handball out to Ablett is okay. They're going backwards though. Weller. Handball just in time. Horsley.
Look out.
Taylor did nicely in the end. He felt the pressure, got it to shore, and now they're out. Stanley receives the handball. His kick forward is good. It releases Matera. Has he got the leg speed? Great evasion. He runs through 50. Matera. This should be a steadying goal. It is.
Well, Jared, they needed that little bit of class to just finish it off, and he had the pace and had the composure to take a bounce across half back when they were under pressure here.
Well, there was one handball, it was that one, that went to ground, and I reckon that because it was a bad handball was the only reason they got out, because the GWS man was going to the spot where a good handball would have been. So on the back of that, they got lucky, and then the bloodlines of the Matera family was on display. Classic stuff.
He's a goal sneak, is Brandon Matera. 2 important goals. And Suns fans and perhaps their brains trust up top breathe a sigh of relief. The Giants pressing. They're not going to give up. Power tried to improvise. Horsley quick kick. Here's Ablett. Tried to claim the mark. Then he's wrapped up by Miles. Got it out the back. Horsley can see Shaw out of the corner of his eye. His handball wasn't good. Bug into trouble. Coughed it up with the handball. Swallow. Now Stanley. Can use Shaw over the top. Again, the handball not hitting its mark and the ball taken out of play.
Well, it'll be hard work in the Gold Coast forward line because there is just so much handball going on in the middle of the ground. It's impossible to know when to lead. And at sometimes they don't lead because they're probably sick and tired of doing half leads.
Ablett the hand in there. Miles taken high.
Yeah, he had his head over the ball and just got high contact, so that one's fair enough against David Swallow.
They're getting in first for the footy, though. You can't question their endeavour. And here they go through Kennedy, injecting some run. Will take a bounce, then he slipped over. It affected the handball. Treloar also lost his footing. He got it out the side. Edwards
Was it 2
has
on
to tug it left. Hoskin Elliott the one, and he marks.
That's a quality grab. As you said, Jared, he was 2 on 1. That should be really disappointing from a Suns point of view, but that's a quality grab.
He goes round the corner and claps home number 4.
Well, it was a great mark. I'm not sure about the decision just to snap it from 20 metres out, but this is a really good contest. Poorly judged in the spoil from both the Suns players. They just looked all at sea, and Bennell over the top, but it was probably more to the point. It was young Jackson Allen in his first game, just misjudged that one. But a really good mark from Hoskin Elliott to kick his 4th goal. It looks like he'll have a long career.
4 goals to Will Hoskin Elliott, one of the youngsters that has really shown some great signs in this game. 23 points the margin back to. Ablett just missed that football there. Good pressure from Caddy. Power's been busy since coming on as a substitute. This is Devon Smith. Needs to get rid of the football. Brennan. Here's Allen working in tight spaces. Good strong stuff there from Hine. We'll have a bounce. Young Jackson Allen hasn't been the worst on the ground this evening. Has shown some good signs.
He uses the ball extremely well. So, no, he looks like he's another one just adding to the depth of young talent at this club.
Well, they just overran the football there. Scully.
He's doing well around the stoppages in this term, the GWS.
Sends it wide with the switch, and Chad Corns runs onto the football and takes the mark. He's got a player out the other side. At half forward, it's Treloar. He can play on now and steer it in nicely. Tomlinson leads up and marks just inside the 50-metre arc.
Great use by Treloar as well, and he's been one of the young stars this year. He got the NAB Rising Star nomination a couple of weeks ago after a big game against the Pies.
Tomlinson not sure about the journey. Goes to Kennedy. Oh, goes in with a sharp pass and leading up one of the smallest players on the ground, Devon Smith. Not much closer to goal than Tomlinson, maybe 4 to 5 metres or so.
Well, he's a good player. We know that he was the Rising Star nomination for last week, and this gives him an opportunity to kick his side back into the contest. Just 11 and a half minutes to go, plenty of time to slam on 3, 4, 5 goals.
8 goals, 17 for the season for Devon Smith. Journey, not an issue. It's a beautiful kick. It's long and it's strong. I think it's home. The umpire was in perfect position. Conferring. It's all clear. Beautiful kick from Devon Smith.
Yeah, good call, Tomo. It was a nice kick. It was either play on or it was across the line, but his form line, I suppose, with 17 behinds, didn't look great. But here's the use. Now, it's risky. It's a short 20-metre just to get inside that 50-metre arc. So he was going to have a shot from pretty much the 48, 49 metres, and that is a really nice hit. Just gets over the line by half a metre at most. Good jump from Brennan, but not high enough.
Never say die for the Giants. Margin now 17 points. There's Hoskin Elliott still a little bit ginger boundary side. Giles up. Miles took a while. Ablett looked a shark. Dixon followed up. Here's Harbrow, ducked his head. Handball missed high, and desperate defensive play there by Homsch.
A few better signs there from the Gold Coast, starting to get a little bit dirty again. their GPS has shown that in the third quarters they've tended to slacken right off. Well, they work pretty hard in the third quarter this time around, no doubt responding to the query about it, but their work rate so far this quarter has been poor.
Important few minutes. Whistle.
In danger. He's kicked that one out of the air, Harley Bennell, and he's been paid against for the kick in danger free kick. So a little unlucky.
I would have thought so.
Clifton. Golds now over the top.
Oh, well done.
Rounded really well. Knew where the ball was. Miles, Golds. Chain of handballs. They're mucking around with it. They'll get out of trouble.
Which hasn't been their game plan, the handball. It's been a lot more kick dominated.
Team bowls all comers. Taylor kept a cool head to Bennell. He was under siege. Nice pressure by Smith. Suns work it out through Stanley. Shares with Warnock. Delivers now Hall. He's been lively this afternoon. Turns and goes. Delivers inside 50. Lynch could have had his arm held. Umpire called play on. Stanley to Brennan. Nothing opens up. So has to go back by hand to Weller.
Corns is back in the space.
Sees Ablett inside 50. Corns flapped at that one. Buntine did well. Handball missed Corns, but he has time to mop up. Goes underground looking for Kennedy. Kept it in. Matera pounces.
Just overuse of the handball. Matera's coming onto his left foot. He can turn around and bang the ball into the goal square, get it over the extra players, but this want to just continuously handball to a bloke a metre away is giving them more trouble than it's worth.
And the big 202-centimetre Charlie Dixon in the goal square as well. As we see Jared Brennan with a shove, so power. Waste no time, plays on. Dangerous kick forward. It's a foot race. Cameron versus Warnock. Cameron did nicely. Kicks the ball off the ground forward. Warnock just...
Geez, he's got some pace, this bloke, for what's going to be a key position player. When those arms become muscle bound and the chest becomes chesty bonds.
He's got good speed for a guy that's a 15-plus beep tester already. It's a good package coming together.
Well, in the end, Warnock did nicely there just to hold his progress enough. This is Harbrow from the stoppage. Kicks high up and under on the opposite boot. Nicely done by Giles. It opens up for the big fellow. He puts it on the right boot and sends it long. Is it going to stay in? I don't think so. It doesn't. It just carries 3 metres too far over the head of Jeremy Cameron. And the free kick will go to the Suns in the back pocket.
He's flushed that one, the big man, from outside 50. It's sailed over the line, so it's carried every bit of 55, 58 metres. It's just not accurate enough.
Well, whoever gets the next goal is going to be super important in this contest. The margin at the moment, 17 points. Long kick by Warnock. The Giants will get first go at it. The handball missed the target. This is Homsch.
They're not pushing up hard enough, though, the Gold Coast. They're getting the ball, and they're just not working hard enough, and they're just kicking it straight back to a line of defence. Now, they've got possession here. Are they going to queue in the rack this and just try and hold this lead, or are they going to try and push on?
Well, you'd think there's just too much time to be
absolutely
playing for the end of the game at the moment. Kick down the line. Dixon, good strength.
Good strength, good kick to his advantage.
Charlie Dixon plays on now, kicks it along. Gary is there. Kennedy was with him, still in. Ablett, handball was good. This will be the goal that they need, and it is.
Much better from the Gold Coast because they isolated a one-on-one and started kicking the ball rather than trying to drag it forward with succession, a chain of successive handballs. Smart play, obviously, by the genius himself. Would have liked to have seen the handball, but nevertheless, the outside of the boot seems to be the norm in the Gold Coast forward line at the present time. Goal of the week sometimes looks a little bit more attractive than perhaps just getting the job done. Maybe it was always there.
3 goals on the evening for Aaron Hall. And finally a little bit more comfortable for the Gold Coast Suns. Margin back out at 23. Still plenty of time though. Dixon couldn't gather. Power over the top of it. Scully in there too. Handball out, has to be careful. Ball locked in. Umpire calls for it.
Still plenty of time remaining. If the Giants can just squeeze the next goal out.
Smith to Treloar, the quick kick.
Oh,
no
good
15.
grab.
Had to go back to high, and Treloar smothered with his shins. Ricochets the way of Tomlinson. You can see Treloar running over the top. Made him wait. He went back. Should have been a push against Hyde. And Treloar does pick up the free kick.
It was an impressive grab from David Swallow. Unfortunately, that wasn't paid, and the ball went forward, but geez, it showed some courage.
He can go here.
Miles found some space. Can go for home from 51. It'll fall short in the goal square. Guess who? Hoskin Elliott has 5.
That's another really good grab. If you're taking contested marks at the top of the goal square, I know, Jared, there might have been a shove in it, but he's got away with that one. It's come in long here. There's 4 players around the ball, and well, it might have been a shove with his body, his chest, just to get his opponent under the ball. Interesting to see another replay, but he has got a bag full, and he's been very impressive tonight, the youngster, Will Hoskin Elliott. 5 goals, 16 disposals.
Well, Will Hoskin Elliott continues to drag applause from his coach and from everybody. Let's have a look if this push out was there. I reckon he was a bit lucky, Big Will, but nevertheless, he got the job done.
He was very lucky. There's no doubt about that, but he got away with it.
Well, here they come, the Giants, getting the football off there. Cameron, Bug felt the pressure. Inside 50, Horsley, first player on the scene, got it to Shaw. Now to Stanley. So the intensity of this game just starting to rise. Bennell, long kick forward, over the back, rakes ball from Kennedy. Ablett playing forward at present. Just caught one high. 360 was allowed. This is Darley.
You're right, though. It has certainly gone up, Tristan, the intensity, and everybody now knows we've got a game on our hands.
Yeah, hauls down after that tackle.
And it's opening up, Clifton. Smith has been busy in this second half, but that's not his best kick. As we watch Aaron Hall behind play.
Dixon's in space. They haven't used him.
He can still go in that direction. Has the sit and height up against Buntine.
Kicking with a slight wind, Colby.
I wouldn't say there's much of a wind, although the flag over on the far side shows there's a little bit, but it's reasonably still. But Aaron Hall coming off rolled his ankle in that clash.
Giants with numbers inside 50. Davis can't bring it down. Ablett applying the pressure. Power there. Matera fell over the top of it. Hampton there for the Giants. So too the big man Phillips. Again, the handball didn't hit the mark, but that one a high tackle, and Cameron will take the relieving free kick.
That's high and likely to get away with that one without some damage. Just turns his body into the tackle.
So they're away now, Devon Smith, and it's going to open up for them. Wonderful mark.
Look who's running the goal here.
Out of side, where is he? Hoskin Elliott heading toward goal. It won't get quite that distance to him. Edwards was there as well.
Punch from Shaw. That really was good.
It was a great punch. This is Allen, opposite side. Looked a bit unsure with what to do. Good attack on the football from Clifton. Equally good tackle from Brennan. How does the umpire call it? Crowd were happy with that one. Relieved, you would say, as they looked in all sorts of trouble with the Giants streaming forward. But Brennan, a wonderful tackle there, and the Suns will get out of a bit of trouble.
They lead the quarter 3 goals to 1, the Giants, and inside 50 is at 10-7. But they need to find another very quick goal.
Horsley. You can just feel if the Giants could find another goal somewhere, they could see themselves right in this contest.
Oh, and the doubt would go into the Suns' head as well. We see just they're trying to take the pace right out of the game. Still plenty of time to go.
Warnock goes backward to Brennan. He's under a bit of pressure with Bug. In the end, wheels around onto that trusty left boot and finds his teammate in Harbrow.
Well, they've got to make a decision with the Giants now and got to push up and find a man. Got to force a kick to a contest.
Brennan only got the hospital kick there. Did quite well, and they're just chewing up the clock here, the Suns.
Now, what's happening here, Jeremy Cameron is behind the ball as the loose man in defence. So that leaves the Suns with an extra up here. So the Giants, up to the Giants now to push up and man up every Suns player.
Campbell-Brown, kick is just okay, and it's going to be marked by Stanley. Got players on the outer side on the wing. Not much talk out there, but Weller ends up taking the mark.
And there's the turnover.
And guess who? Jeremy Cameron.
Well, he's done well to work his way over to the other side of the ground. I reckon it's time they've got to find a man. They've got to go one-on-one.
17 points the margin. They need to get this football moving. Cameron kicking the ball along down the line. Big Phillips was there, couldn't take the mark. They need to keep forcing this ball on the Giants. Treloar at the bottom. Here they go, power. High up and under. Swallow is there. Cops one high from Scully. Not sure he needed to do that. And the free kick will go to David Swallow deep in his defensive zone.
Yeah, just needed the contest to be brought to ground. We'll see a bit of claret there. Jeremy Cameron, just from a cut in his hairline, just above his left ear.
There's a nice grab. Just doing enough here, the Gold Coast, to pick up their first 4 points. They've had to work pretty hard for it, but with under 3 minutes of play remaining, they look intent just to hold possession and see this one out. But talk about trying to give somebody a chance.
They're making hard work of it. Scully, last roll of the dice perhaps. They'd need to score and score quickly. Treloar, McKenzie tried to tackle from behind. Matera the turnover. Off to Shaw. It might open up. Ablett inside 50. Well-weighted kick, your mark. Thought about playing on, but will go for home from about 35 out.
Beautiful kick. He's a good player on the attack, Shaw. He looked up and he saw Ablett and he delivered it nicely.
We talk about breaking the drought at home. Boys, unbelievably, they're yet to score 100 points in any game this season. Can Ablett kick this one? Sneaks it home, and the Suns will prevail.
Well, you can hear the crowd. They're very happy with this result. It's just too little too late for the Giants. They tried hard, but this is a really good work from Shaw. Knew he had time and space to take the bounce and allow Ablett to get into that space running back towards goal. Nice work from Harley Bennell as well, not to run into that space that Ablett was working hard to get to. So nice little build-up. They were under pressure for a while, but in the end, too strong.
The superstar that he is, Gary Ablett, 2009 Brownlow medal winner. Unlucky probably not to have another Brownlow to go alongside that one. Kicks the ceiling goal here at Metricon. Ball in dispute in the middle of the ground. The Suns would certainly be happy just to see that time fall away here as a free kick has been found, and it will go to the big man in the middle in Charlie Dixon.
He's got a spare player in Josh Caddy, and he's picked him up nicely.
McKenzie.
McKenzie, I should say.
McKenzie turned around. There's good vision in the end. And Taylor has made his way down from the half-back line. The youngster, he's got a player on also forward. Wastes no time, moves it on. Danny Stanley marks the football.
Yeah, they just dropped off the last few minutes, the Giants, just allowing the Suns players. And it's obvious now the game is all over. And I think the Giants players have conceded that, and they've just they've stopped now. But they were pretty good for different parts of the game, but the consistency goes to the Suns.
With not much time to go, Danny Stanley to put a bit of icing on this cake. Well, that was an errant sandwich if ever I've seen one, and it falls into the arms of a waiting Tom Lynch.
He's just one J-curve away from kicking a goal.
He likes the J-curve. He's a J-curve man.
Specialist.
And he will set up. Doesn't matter which foot he's on.
He taught Steve Johnson the J-curve.
I wouldn't go that far, but he loves them.
Well, you've set him up here, boys. If he misses with this J, I'll be disappointed, and I am.
I haven't seen him kick one yet, though. I have not. He's sprayed a few, but he's worked hard tonight. He's worked well.
Perhaps still having nightmares after last week's attempt. Ablett for one last roll of the dice from 55. What a way to seal the deal. 3 goals for Ablett. And the Suns will run out 5-goal victors.
And there's a few of the injured players up in the stand for the Suns watching their
It's a great moment,
master and captain.
Yeah, it's a great moment for the club.
It is. They've struggled. They've been close on about 4 or 5 occasions this year here at Metricon Stadium to a victory. And here's the long goal. That's a nice hit from way outside. And you see 2 goals. Harley Bennell has kicked a goal at exactly the same time as it went over his head. So there was 2 goals.
History about to be made. It won't be their most memorable victory because of what they did on the field, but the result will be absolutely remembered for everyone that was here. Their first victory here at Metricon. It's a beautiful stadium, but it's a lot better when you win.
It certainly is. A winning moment for the Suns at home, Metricon Stadium. The fans that have made the journey to turn up. There it is. The siren and the joy.
They're pumped. The crowd are pumped. It's been a frustrating couple of years. And
Celebrating with fire.
you can hear the fireworks going off in the background, celebrating the first win. And
which is good to get them away because they were just about to pass their use-by date.
They were a bit concerned over that, Jared. They've been in the box since the start of last season.
oh, really?
No, the fireworks are away. It's a great moment for the Gold Coast Suns. Their first win here at Metricon Stadium, and in the end they got over the Giants by 30 points.